go. Yo, what is up, guys? We are back again. Today we're going to talk an important topic. And we're going to talk
hydration.
About yep.
We're talking about hydration, how to get your body right and making sure that you don't really die. Like, we love to say the word die is to really just push ourselves, motivate ourselves. But really, what it really is just to push yourself. I don't want you actually dying. So one thing I want to speak on today is about hydration. Making sure that you fuel the body. Once again, let me repeat it again. Fuel the body. You ever try to drive a car with no gas? It don't move, okay? Make sure that you fuel the body. The body is almost like a car. You want it to move well, move consistently, move with endurance, you have to fuel the body. That means carbing up, hydration, making sure that you put your electrolytes in. I don't care if you do it with Gatorade, coconut water, which is one of my favorites, Pedialyte. Fuel the body. Make sure you have your electrolytes. Make sure you water prior to your exercising. It's essential to really doing this, all right? Don't destroy the body being ignorant. Hydration and fuel.
So like a lot of people keep asking us, yo, how much protein do I need? How much carbs do I need? How much healthy fats? You know, the calculation. Basically,
I tell them keep it simple. If I go into every individual, we'll be here for days, all right? So let's just go with the basic, all right? Everybody, if you're needing fat and storage, if you're trying to put on size, this is only for the ones that are trying to, you put in fats in all your meals, okay? Now, how do you get fats? You can get it through avocado, coconut oil, avocado oil, okay? Olive oil. You can get it through peanut butter as well, almond butter as well. In particular, I love avocados. I'm allergic to peanuts, so I don't mess with anything outside of that. I just mess with avocados, olive oil, and coconut oil. All right, those are really good essential fats. You can pour it on your food, or you can cook with it. Either way, it's the best for helping your body stay energized. Now that helps the people who are usually on the heavier side. They want to lose weight, cut the carbs, add more fats, keep the protein. Now I tell people in the beginning, stick to, if you're training hard like we are and you're pushing the limits, try to get 4 to 5 meals in a day. Don't be nervous, I don't supplement, I don't do things like that. If you can't get to your meal, get a protein shake. Now I'm not adamant for anything with milk in it. So I'm talking about get vegan. They got whole food protein shakes. There's ones with sweet potato in it. Oats. If you want to, just get oats or sweet potato. And you make your own smoothie with it, all right? Keep it simple, keep it legit, and get the work done, all right? You have any more questions, you keep on asking. That's how we learn. That's how you evolve. You get better by learning and talking about it. And I'm going to teach you how to do this.
How much grams of protein do you take per day?
I'm different. Depending on your goal, me is all about keeping my size. So I usually go with ounces. I stick to maybe 5 to 6 ounces of protein. It depends on what protein I'm actually having. If I'm trying to go on a bulk, I have a little bit more fat. So I'm usually going steak, ground turkey, salmon, whitefish. Now, if I'm on the leaner side and I'm trying to get leaner cutter, I go with ground turkey again. I go with whitefish. I go with having, what else I usually have? I sometimes play around with tuna, but not the one in the can. Usually the one that's the actual tuna, the fresh fish. And just stay leaner with leaner proteins will get you leaner. Ones with fats will put more fats on you. Makes sense, right? Definitely. So those are the things I usually do that helps me get to the places I want to get. So if I ever want to get leaner, I know how to do it quickly. I know how to get build size and put on more weight. I do that quickly. Just changing up the foods. I tell people to incorporate having more water in their body. The more hydration you have, the better your body looks. Look at your skin. You see that you start having cracking, things like that. It's because you're usually lacking hydration. Hydration heals the body. It helps with recovery. It helps flush out the toxins out your body. Small, simple things like that would teach you things to get you into a better space, all right?
Okay. Yeah. What about carbs?
Carbs. Heavy on the carbs. If you're a lean ectomorph. I wouldn't recommend to everybody because that'll lead you in a bad place. But if you're doing repetition like we are doing, you need your carbs. I am a big fan of carbs. I have carbs every meal. Now, when I'm getting into my leaner season, I usually cut my carbs maybe around before I go to bed. So my body's continuously just burning fat. If you have carbs in your system, your body will start to hold on to fat because any carbs that's not broken down turns into fat. That makes sense?
100%.
Use your carbs. to your advantage. Make sure you're eating continuously. But if you're trying to get leaner, try to cut them a little bit back, and changing the sources of protein and the sources of carbs can change everything. Jasmine rice works beautiful with my body. Helps me to be able to push into a lot of my calisthenics, make me move. Now, if I was on the leaner side and I really want to just get leaner, I'd do more sweet potato because they're fast. It's a complex carb. It breaks down faster in your system.
Okay.
So when that's little tools and jewels I give out. All right. Make sure you sign up to my meal plans, and we making our workout plans. Make sure you understand that coming from a person who comes from a, calisthenics, bodybuilding, and back to calisthenics. Understand it's learning. And when you learn something, you teach. I'm not to say that I'm the best out there. I just know a little bit, and I'm giving y'all what I've learned.
I
was about to ask, so how many amount of meals is the best before a workout to feel the most energized?
I would say at least 2. Depending on your digestion. A lot of times people don't like to eat before they work out, but I always recommend 2. Get an hour before, and then you go work out. For me, I can eat and then go straight to working out. It just works well with my system. Is it the proper way to do it? No, it just works well for me. Understand your body, recognize your body, see how it feels while you're going through your workouts, and then you'll find a better way.
And what's the best foods before a workout that you usually eat?
Depends on what you're looking for. Was you looking to get leaner, or are you looking to get smaller? I'm sorry, leaner or bigger?
Like a good meal that will fuel your workout and not give you...
That could be anything. Everything fuels everybody's different. So I would say add jasmine rice, and then you put a protein that you like. I usually like to go with sometimes if I have a long workout and I still want to keep one to my side, I try to go with usually like steak and rice. Go with other helps a lot.
Man, quick question. How important is sleep?
100%. I believe it's everybody. Oh, how much is this and this, and how much percentage can I get away from it? You need 100% sleep, 100% hydration, 100% fuel. You need all of them. You want to move well. You want your body to recover. You can't recover with 3 hours. I don't care who you are. You're not an elephant. You're not one of those mammals. Don't tell me about a gorilla. You need minimum of 7 hours to properly recover. And if you're not doing that, I sometimes outsource with glutamine. It helps with recovery. And if you have problems, because sometimes when you're putting in that much amount of food, right away, your body, you start getting bloated, digestion problems. Magnesium helps with that as well. So outsourcing where people, I don't like supplements. Some supplements are needed. We don't have the same amount of nutrients we had back then. So you need to supplement some of the stuff. And if you have problems with your joints, I always recommend olive oil, put it into your food, and obviously fish oil. I don't know, it goes against vegans' delight, but it helps. If you really want to help and get those joints to be moving efficiently, I don't have no pain. That's one thing about me. People say, oh, this hurt. I don't have no pain, nowhere in my body. So I recommend having that. You don't have to have it every day, but at least every 4 or 5 days, throw a fish oil pill in your diet. It'll come out perfectly.
Okay.
Anything else?
Okay.
And you mentioned glutamine. So what does glutamine do?
Oh, glutamine helps with recovery. I'm just telling you, you want to recover a little bit faster because sometimes those workouts where you're going extremely hard and you're pushing yourself to those max, you gotta put the supplement that's gonna help you out. It's gonna help you outside of carbs as well. You still need to eat, but glutamine helps with that natural source, which is not in our food anymore. And you understand that people only get all the nutrients we can. Our food is not made the same. It's not made how our parents' food was made. It's a lot of stuff that's just taken out because they're moving a lot faster and they're making it a lot faster.
That's
so understand, sometimes outsourcing with glutamine will help with recovery so you can work out more. Yeah. Any more questions?
So what would you say about like vegans that's trying to get all the protein, carbs?
I feel that when a person is a vegan, you're basically maintaining the body. Because there's only so much you can grow from beans and sprouts and things like that. Now I believe you can maintain, you can still push, you can be endurance, but if it's a person that's competing on that stage, it's going to be really tougher. You can maintain, you can still be strong, but it's a little bit tougher because you have to consume way more because you lack having the amounts that most people have with meat sources. So say a person who's having 8 ounces of steak, you would have to have like possibly 5 to 6 cans of beans to almost simulate what that one piece of steak does. So understanding that,
sometimes that does cause like inflammation.
Exactly. So even with the meat too, you're gonna get inflammation. Every once in a while it kick in when you're like, oh wow. And that's when you cut back a little bit on certain foods, add a little bit more fish, always having vegetables in your diet. You want to make sure that you always have the fiber and making sure that you regulate often. A person that only regulates once a month, you're gonna have issues. If not now, later on.
What do you mean by regulating?
Use the bathroom. You know, the number one, number twos. Usually the number twos, most people don't do. So make sure you have your fiber, your fruits, your vegetables. Try to stay green on most of the account. You know, a lot of times, I like corn. Corn don't do nothing. It doesn't even digest in the body. So make sure that you understand how that works. Try to get more green, and you'll be in a better place.
Yeah, and I forgot what I was gonna say. What do you feel about a plant-based diet though? Like, this is what I practice. So like today I haven't eaten any meat.
Okay.
Today I plan on not eating meat.
Okay.
Other days I'll eat meat.
It's fine if you maintain it or you just want to stay in that same state. But it's gonna be really hard to put on mass with the vegan diet, because most of the time when you're vegan, your load is more so on carbs than it is on protein. So you feel more full. But everybody don't have your metabolism. So a lot of times people who are, I'm vegan, they're usually big. Or they usually don't have a workout regimen, so they're not able to break down the amount of carbs that they are to supplement the vegetables that they're trying to put in their body, or the added vegetables that they're trying to put in, but they usually overload on carbs. So a lot of times they get overweight. But you have a metabolism that most don't have. You understand that? And the fact that you often work out like this in this pace, the amount of calories you do. And then you sometimes do this, not sometimes once, sometimes twice a day. The metabolism is totally different. Not everybody has our mentality or our mindset, let alone their workout ethic. Understand those things are a combination of a tool that's going to continuously always have you running. Even when you're sitting down right now, you're continuously still running. So those things are things we have to always recognize. And when you're talking as a person who's a vegan, you can be a vegan. It's just going to be really tough to get that amount of nutrients into your body so you can put on the mass that you're looking for.
And what do you think about cheat days?
I believe cheat days are necessary in the beginning of your training process. If you love what you love, enjoy it, you know, but just have discipline in everything that you do. Don't just go out, because I can eat anything I want, honestly, but I don't, because the discipline of telling myself, have discipline. Tell yourself no to things. You know, sometimes people, because we're adults, we can eat whatever we want. Have discipline saying no, even though you can have it. You know, you could buy a donut and eat it every day for breakfast, but tell yourself no. Delay that gratification sometimes just to make yourself stronger. It's not only just to tell yourself no, it's to mentally have prepared, all right, I don't have to have this. I can continue on without it. I'm not a slave to food. I just do it to have a direction of what I want to do. I manipulate food. I don't make it my God, you know? You make it where you manipulate it, you do what you want with it, you manipulate your body how you want. You want to make it leaner, you want to make it bigger, you can maintain. However you choose in your life, you do that. Let's go for it.
That leads me to my question. So, what if you're like with your friends and like they're saying like, oh, did you try to pressure you to have a cheat day? How do you stay disciplined even when others are trying to?
On my half, I don't care what nobody doing. What I do with my body is what I do with my body. Now you have to have self-control and knowing how you feel about yourself. Everybody don't have my discipline. I'm telling you no, I don't care what you want to do. That's me. Now if you peer pressure and if friends make you do it, you're stronger. Have a stronger mentality. You want to be better, you do better. When you know better, you do better. Don't allow anyone to tell you what you want to do. You make the decision. You be strong in who you are, you be disciplined in who you are. You're not like your friends. You're sometimes gonna be different. You want to be somewhere different, you got to move different, you got to speak different. It's a different mentality always. There's friends that I know that to this day, they like, yo, why you don't hang around? Because we different. It's not to be different or act different towards them, we just in a different place. I don't drink like that. I don't smoke like that. Now every once in a while, I do jump into something like that every once in a while, but it damn sure ain't gonna be no everyday thing. I'm a man of what I want to do. I choose what I want to do. My path is my path, and nobody can follow with me. You can go them to guide, but that's on them to want to follow.
And the fact is, like, you know, you have to make sacrifices. You know, it's either you're sacrificing your goal or you're sacrificing the shit, like hanging out with those types of people.
Exactly, and it's okay to hang out with them, but just stay disciplined in that. You know, say who you are and stand on it.
At that moment, if you decide to drink with them, you're sacrificing your goal. You know what I'm saying? When you don't decide to drink with them, you're sacrificing you hanging out with friends.
But I'm not saying not hang out with them completely. Do what you do with them, hang out. But everything they do is not something that you have to do. It's not obligation. And if they tell you it's an obligation to be their friend, then you need new friends.
I see that type of stuff same as like my cheat days. Like, you know, you can hang out with them and say, oh, you cheat day?
Yeah.
Not doing nothing, you already accomplished.
But I don't even like to hear that cheat day stuff, because it's not a day, it's a meal.
It's a meal, yeah.
Yeah, but they try to eat like The Rock. They have 40 pizzas.
Nah.
It's insane. One burger, one fries, or one pizza, one drink. Keep it cool. Get an ice cream or have dinner with some ice cream, which is not bad. I mean, I don't eat milk-based ice cream. I usually have coconut. But enjoy it once in a while. You know, have the discipline and say, all right. But every night, come on, earn what you eat. You know, if I worked out hard, okay, have something nice to have. Nice something to eat, yeah, that's cool. But stay disciplined. That's all it is. The more disciplined you are, your body's gonna show it. It's gonna show where your discipline is at. Let's get it.
All right, guys, we're gonna wrap it up, man.
Let's get it.
So make sure y'all subscribe.
Akeem Supreme, let's go.
Local Pump.
What's his name?
Wesley Tang Fitness on Instagram, YouTube, Wesley Workout.
Let's get it.
Right, it's Hyper Fitness on Instagram, 2 underscores, aka Hyperflight, man.
Let's go. Let's go. All that chicken. Word!